Hey guys, welcome to Bowhunting Soul. So today I'm going to go through a little bit of instruction here on how to add a bridge to your saddle. Now I've done a bunch of, I did like 4 other how to tie knots and different types of saddle hunting knots videos. Make sure you go check those out. Pretty important if you're kind of new to this and you're trying to learn different knots and what's important. But I realized that I didn't do one of them that's kind of important, and that's one where if you want to add in either an extra bridge like I do, because I run 2 bridges on my saddle. Again, some may think that's a little overkill. I don't care. It's my ass in the air. If you want to add an extra bridge, either for comfort or if you want to replace the bridge that your saddle came with for whatever reason, then this is going to be a good instruction for you. This is the Tacta saddle. It comes with a tubular webbing bridge. That's just fine, not a problem. I love it, but I add in a second bridge of tubular webbing. So I got right here. Okay, make sure this is like climbing rated stuff. And before we go on, I want to absolutely, again, tell everybody that this is instructional, but it's informational. I am not an expert. This is me doing this. And if you are unsure about doing anything about, to your saddle, tying knots, it's going to be your butt in the air, 20 feet in the air, and you're taking the risk. So make sure, if you're unsure about any of this stuff, that you practice this and you ask someone in person to show you if you are, have any kind of qualms about it. So anyway, so legal disclaimer out of the way. If you're going to attempt this, you're on your own. I'm not advocating for it, but I'm going to show you how to tie an overhand knot on a retrace, or overhand knot retraced is the way they call it. It's going to end up looking like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the tabletop and I will actually show you how to tie this knot. All right, stick with me. All right guys, so for the sake of ease here, I've actually put all the extraneous and other straps and stuff just kind of tucked away, and all I'm actually showing here is the bridge loops right here. Okay, so this is going to be for pretty much any saddle that you want to do it to. Again, this is the Tacta saddle, but it can be for any one that you're going to do it to. So we're going to get our 1-inch tubular webbing. And excuse the table, by the way, it's my kids' kind of play table, drawing table, that kind of stuff. So now you're going to say, well, how am I supposed to get something through loops and make a knot when it's it's a closed kind of loop over here? Well, we're going to make an overhand knot, and we're going to make an overhand knot retraced. Okay, and that's just exactly what it sounds like. We're going to make a knot, we're going to pull it through, and we're going to retrace exactly the same way that we came in. So we're going to lay it flat and give yourself, well, you'll figure out the amount of room that you need, but we're going to do this and just do a regular overhand knot. Okay, all we did was just put one over the other, and there we go, like this. So now we have a tag end over here, and we've got the start of a knot here. Now notice I didn't like cinch this tight yet. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to take the tag end and we are going to loop it through. Okay, see that? And then, just like the name implies, we're going to retrace this knot. So we came through. Sorry, wrong way. We're going to come around this way. It depends on which way your knot's facing, okay? So if we come around through the top side on this one, you'll notice that I can come back through here and put it of course, that's why you got to give yourself a little extra room. Back through. You see that? Let me do that again. I came in, and then I'm basically going to retrace all of this. So I'm going to put it back through. Okay, and you can make this part as tight or loose as you want. Okay, but here's still our tag end, and here's still our knot. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep tracing, retracing our steps. Like follow the yellow brick road. We're just going to go back. So we're going to retrace over this, under, and then we're going to see where it goes from here. Well, where it goes from here is right here, okay? We're going to keep coming around, and it goes back through here. This is why you want to keep a little bit extra slack in your knot before you actually tighten it up. Made that a little tight. There we go. Okay, so now we have a retraced, or like a double thick version of the first overhand knot that we tied. You see that? And now you can cinch it tight, as tight as you want, or tight as you can make it, because you're going to hang from this, okay? So we've still made this enough so it can kind of move around a little bit, but that's how we did it. This loop goes through and we've retraced this knot onto itself. Now, here's the rest of the bridge. Here is the tag end that we're left with. Now, just like with any knot, really important, you don't want this to come undone for some reason. So always tie a stopper knot. And this one you can just do an overhand, just a regular old overhand knot, stopper knot on this one. Just like that. That would have to unravel before this would have to unravel. Okay, so this is just the backup. And then anything excess over here, cut it, and then burn the end, with a lighter to make sure that this doesn't fray. Okay, so we're going to do that on the other side. Now, just for the sake of this video here, I might get a twist in it or whatever, but same deal on this side. When you decide how long you want your bridge, okay, you might have to do this knot a few times to figure out if it's too long, too short. But again, you do just an overhand knot. Make sure it's nice and flat. You dress your knot, meaning it's not all twisted and things like that. Okay, so this is just a regular overhand knot. Okay, we're going to come through. There we go. It's better. We're going to come through our bridge loop, and we are going to retrace our steps all the way around. You can't get lost, okay? Leave this a little bit loose enough so you can actually have some room, but you basically, again, we're pulling it through, following, wraps around. Again, I'm just following the knot that I made, the first knot that I made. I'm retracing my steps. So when you're done, you're going to end up with like basically 2 layers, okay, for each of these, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, okay, and it's around your bridge loop. Same deal. Tighten. Give yourself an overhand knot here as a stopper, just as a safety, okay? And there's your second bridge. Now, like I said, oh, actually I did it right. I didn't have any twists in it. Make sure that when you do this, you don't have any kind of like twists in it this way. And you may have to do this a couple times to get the bridge length correctly. And just whatever your comfort level is. Some like them shorter, some like them longer. On mine, I make sure I do mine so that this bridge is shorter than my main bridge and then the first bridge, so that the carabiners, when they're clicked in, because I use double tethers, don't clang into each other. You just got to offset the lengths of the bridges just enough. And for me, I don't really have issues with hip pinch or anything like that. So anyway, there you have it. So this is a overhand knot retraced. Now, some people might chime in and say, well, that's called a water knot. My understanding with knots, with calling it a water knot, is if you're going to tie 2 pieces of tubular webbing together, and that's going to be a water knot. if you listen to some of the other ones I did, some of the other knot stuff I did, you're gonna see my face now. Some of the other stuff I did, you're gonna realize that there are some knot names that kind of go by multiple names, and there's some confusion about them. But this, for sure, is definitely an overhand knot, retraced, and with an overhand knot as a stopper knot. So, all right, there you go. Happy saddle hunting. Make sure you're safe. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe. And happy hunting this season.